This is such an interesting and fascinating film. I'm curious, Sydney, what was it that made you want to be a part of Gino's adventure?
Adventure is definitely the word to say for it. Well, we started in the pandemic, right? In 2020. And so that was a time where the whole world, there was like a big question mark, right? And so when the script and the sides came across my desk, I was thinking, this is an opportunity to film not only in a pandemic when I didn't know when I was going to film next, but also I never did sci-fi before. So I was like, this is a cool experience for me. Let me see what it's about. I did the audition. Gino and his team loved it. And I was whisked off to Morocco. So everything worked out so perfectly. Why not?
Ken, was there something about Gino's script or maybe even this character of George that drew you to be a part of it?
Yes, I mean, I love conspiracy theories. I'm definitely into that. So once I started reading that part, I was like, okay, this guy's on my level. And at the same time, just to piggyback off of Sydney, the whole sci-fi thing. I'm totally into space travel and Star Wars and Star Trek and all of those things, the Matrix. So it's like just to be able to get into that genre, I was all for it.
Sydney, how did they describe Patricia to you then originally?
Just as they described it to you, Gino described Patricia as a hippie, free spirit, a little bit nosy, and she just says what she thinks.
Ken, then was there something about George that maybe you added that maybe Gino hadn't originally scripted that the two of you maybe worked out together?
I just try to give him a bit of a personality to go with the conspiracy theories. Gino, there were certain parts in the script where we were doing scenes. He was like, "Hey, I need you to do this right here. Give me little suggestions." I was like, "Oh yeah, yeah, I got you, I got you." So I don't want to give too much away, but he gave me some cool pointers to enhance the character. So he gave me some nice points.
Well, Gino's obviously the writer, director, and co-star for this. Patricia, how is he at managing all three?
He honestly does it very well, I would say. He manages so much so well. And I think that's because even though this is his breakout movie, he's been multifaceted his whole life. He started off singing and songwriting and then writing. So he's been juggling different hats for years. So I think it just came naturally to him.
Can you talk a little bit about working with him as well, sort of flesh out these characters? What's he like, though? Multitasking, as she said, is he everything and more?
Yeah, I mean, I just really was amazed at how he was able just to keep this really cool, calm demeanor. I mean, you have all of these moving parts going on around you. You got the music, the directing, the setting, and the scenes of everything. And his whole demeanor was just like he just handled it perfectly. I mean, some people would have been hard, trying to juggle so much at one time, but Gino, he handled his business. He definitely did. I mean, hey, I'm waiting for him to try out for the Olympics.
Right? I mean, the man can do it all, it sounds like.
Yeah.
Especially during an uncertain time in the world, especially.
Yeah.
So that adds another element to it.
See, there's so many insanely cool moments to this movie. Confusing, a little bit of drama. There's all these different facets to it. Was there a particular scene that maybe you're most proud of the work you did in, or maybe one that challenged you the most?
Hmm.
Well, I know for one instance, uh, we had some stunts that were done.
I was
Uh,
going to say that.
and I had fight scenes and things like that. So those things were quite challenging because we were moving pretty fast all throughout Morocco. And it was challenging, but we got through it. Gino helped us out, and we got through it.
We got through it. Yeah, the stunts. I was going to say the exact same thing. The stunts. I've never done stunts ever in my life. I'm so happy that I was afforded this opportunity. You know, Ken and I, we were on like ropes and everything.
Right.
So cool. So cool
Yeah.
to experience. And your fight scenes turned out epic, Ken.
Thank
Epic.
you. A lot of
Yeah.
choreography.
Yeah.
How precious was Gino then to the script, Sydney, when it came to filming those incredibly intense moments? Was he work with you as far as fleshing out those moments, or did he let you sort of guide yourself a little as well?
This film is such a passionate piece for Gino. It is his baby. So every step of the way, he made sure that we felt like, you know what, the weight of this movie is really great. And I started to have that respect even more for the movie after each and every scene. So he really took it moment by moment with us, pulled us aside when we needed it. If we had any questions, he was all there for it. Gino, he was right there answering anything. Again, I never was into sci-fi. I never watched sci-fi. So this was a completely new genre. So I had questions, and he was always there. And I really, really, truly appreciate that.
Absolutely.
This is for Ken because he is the sci-fi nerd. Sorry.
I don't mind.
Sorry, not sorry. What is it about Lumina that's just going to make it a fast fan favorite watch? I know that there's so much to it. There's this intensity, there's that drama, there's that curiosity, there's so much to it. But from your perspective, what do you think it is that's drawing people to watch this?
I think it just covers so many different genres. I mean, it's suspense, it's thrill, it's drama, it's some comedy in there, and the
Romance.
sci-fi. I mean, especially like while we were even filming, we read the script, so we know all of these things are and elements are going to happen, especially with the aliens and the abduction. So there were like certain times while we were filming that we couldn't see some sets. We didn't know anything. We would come on like one day we're doing something over here, then we go to a whole nother location, and we could not see anything. No aliens, no ship, no underground bunker. So everything was a surprise. So that was one thing about it that when you watch this film, you're gonna see so many different locations that you probably never seen before because we're in a whole another country. It's a whole another vibe that he's bringing to the screen, and I think that the audience is gonna really appreciate it.